Yeah. Coke fed, press some head, let's get in the car, I said. She grabbed my hand, girls resting, met the bar, witness said. Tears fled the head, I'm weak, not dead, she sweet, I guess she confessed. She thinking less, not drinking less, bathroom says, best to get spontaneous, I stereotype, put to rest tonight. Imagine, believe, and achieve, it works. Skyline as a rise like fireworks. Smell through the bag, don't touch my perk.
Yo, hey everybody, and welcome to After the Storm, your Oklahoma City Thunder post-game analysis live stream. Sorry it took me so long to be on tonight, but of course I went to the game tonight and had to take my friend home. She wasn't feeling overly great, so I had to take her to the house, get her dropped off, and then came on home to do all the stats and get everything ready for you guys to do the show today. Now, one thing that we had talked about was the fact that that we knew what was going to come in today. I said on the show today that the game was not going to be a 50-point game, that it was going to be closer, that they were going to give us a run. I thought we would win by between 15 to 20 points is what I thought, because they're a lot better than what they showed. They just gave up, basically, is what they did the other night. And so I figured that that tonight it would be a little bit better of a showing from them, and it was. And they were going to play better, and they did. And I thought that we were going to step back a little bit because we were so hungry to get in there and play that it was going to be a struggle for us, and it was. And then, of course, my keys to the game were simple, is that, Dagnall has to do what he needs to do. SGA needs to be more aggressive, which he kind of was. But you can see the rust is still, hi, baby, the rust is still, he's still dealing with rust. And you can just tell that he really is still dealing with the rust simply because he's dealing with the rust because he hadn't played in 12 days. So a lot of things combined. Plus, we came out shooting threes, and part of my thing today was don't come out shooting a bunch of threes. And our first three shots were threes. Let me see. Hotspot, what's up, big dog? Did I notice how Mark took Wiggins out on purpose so that we couldn't run up the score? No, I did not see that. I noticed that, I don't know when Wiggins was actually playing. I did have him in here a couple times, but, I said that we started with the bigs. Of course, we came out to a slow start. Everyone is aggressive but SGA, which is what I said that I thought I did not want to see. When he took J-Dub out, the score was 17-9, and he had SGA, Isaiah Joe, Kaysen, Dort, and Chet. And that was at the 5-minute, 10-second mark. And part of what I've been saying is he needs to take J-Dub out at the 5 or 6 minute mark, take him out. Second quarter, put SJ in, take him out, and sit him out for 3 minutes and bring him back in. But take him out at the 5-minute mark of the first quarter, 5-minute mark of the third quarter. And let's roll. And when he did that, the final score of the end of the first quarter was 32-17. So we went on a 15-8 run with him on the bench, which is what we do. Okay, so I don't, Dagnall is doing what Dagnall does. And like I said, that's my problem with him, and problem with us winning is because I'm worried about his lineups and his lack of understanding what the hell's going on. And he does, but because of his lineups, it gets us in trouble. So that was frustrating. So here is the stats for the game, the end of game. Thunder 118-99. Once again, the the Memphis Grizzlies did not score. I got the Timberwolves. I was around to watch the Timberwolves-Lakers game. Once again, they did not score 100 points. Once again, for the second game in a row, they did not score 100 points. And they got 99 tonight. They got 80 the Sunday night. So they have not scored 100 points yet on us in 2 games, which, of course, will probably change once we play them in Minnesota or in Memphis. I don't know why I got the Grizzlies on my mind on Thursday. Thunder, the Grizzlies were 10 for 37 from 3, a lot better than they were the other Sunday. We were 15 for 45, about the same. Shooting percentage, 43.3. They were 42.9. We out-rebounded them by 13 again. Points in the paint, they got 46. We had 54. 15 turnovers for them, 7 for us, and a lot of that had to do with the fact that we not play a lot of the bench players, so that made a difference. Hotspot says, Okay, Randy, you just can't help yourself, can you? The lineup: Caruso, Wallace, Hardenstein, Chet, J-Dub, and Wiggins is our best lineup. Once again, hotspot, that's not the best lineup. Because why did we go on a run when J-Dub is on the bench? The best lineup is Isaiah Joe, is SGA, Isaiah Joe, Kaysen, Caruso, Chet, or Ihart, whichever one, and Wiggins with SGA. That's the lineup, not J-Dub. You're way offline there. It's not. We go to a run. I just showed you where we went on a run. I just showed you that. And then of course our guy Randy Wright. We need Mr. Clutch, Lindy Waters. We had Mr. Clutch, and he did not do what he's supposed to do. Once again, I know he's your MVP candidate, and sorry that he's not going to probably be the MVP this year. But that being said, it is what it is. So Joe misses too many threes. My thing is with Isaiah Joe, and I've said this a bunch of times, if he's not making threes, put him on the bench. That's my thing. He gave up a free throw. J-Dub was looking at him, and Isaiah Joe gave up, oh my God, with Desmond Bain, went right through the lane, and they just looked at him. Well, first of all, J-Dub, you're supposed to get the rebound. Second of all, first of all, Isaiah Joe, you're supposed to block out the guy trying to come from the thing because you're just watching. And number two, J-Dub, you weren't paying attention either, and he just went right by you and snatched the rebound. So that's what that was. So, I'm just like, I'm over that. Then, of course, J-Dub, SGA gets the ball stolen from him because Bain leaves J-Dub. J-Dub does not call out the fact that he's chasing behind him. SGA does not see him. He slaps the ball out from behind, and he looks at J-Dub like, what the hell's wrong with you, man? You can't speak? And that was ridiculous. Here's our box score tonight. Lindy would have made the threes. No, he wouldn't. He would not. Did he make them against the Knicks? I don't think he made them against the Knicks, did he? I don't think he did, Randy. Anyway, Chet tonight, 20 points, 11 rebounds, another double-double. Ihart, 6 points, 10 rebounds. The question is, guys, would we rather have Ihart with 10-plus rebounds and 10-plus points, or less than 10, or 10 points, and less rebounds? I think I'd rather have the rebounds than the points if it comes to Ihart. Just me. SGA, another J-Dub, 24 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal. Once again, played good. I thought he played good. 10 for 19 from the field, 2 for 6 from 3, 2 for 3 from the free throw line. Once again, I don't understand what the hell he was shooting a free throw instead of SGA. What was that, daggone? It's just he's just really cracks me up. He's not sly at all. SGA 38 minutes, 10 for 29, 3 for 10 for 3. Once again, SGA is rusty. Those 12 days off hurt him. Now, it helped his body, but it completely got him out of rhythm. And that being said, on top of that, he does not play well against Memphis. He just doesn't. I don't know why. He just does not play well against Memphis. I don't know why he doesn't, but he just does not. Lou Dort, on the other hand, 8 points, 3 for 9, 2 for 7. I thought Lou played pretty good, 9 rebounds. I like the hip check. Reminds me of Randy Wright, what Randy Wright used to do where at Oklahoma State. He throw that hip check in you, bam, and he try to get away with it. Why are you talking about my fro, man? Get out my fro, Randy. I like my fro. Jennifer likes my fro. That's why I had my fro. It's for Jennifer. So leave me alone, Randy. Don't be sliding in here. Jay Will, 3 minutes. I didn't think he should have been played at all. That's just me. I don't know what he's doing out there on the court. What are you doing playing him? I don't think we needed him. We played 10 guys. We should have played 9 tonight. I don't get it. Caruso, 22 minutes once again. Love some Caruso. Hotspot, the last 4 or 5 games he struggled with his mid-range. I agree. But you got to remember, though, he played against the Lakers, killed them that second game on that Tuesday. He did not play again. He didn't play the Wednesday night. He didn't play the Friday night. He did not play the Saturday or the Sunday. He did not play. He hadn't played since the Lakers game on that Tuesday. Okay, so he hadn't played in 2 weeks ago. Today is the last time he had played except Sunday. So he's just out of sync. And plus, against Memphis, he just does not play well against them. I don't know what it is about Memphis. But you could say he was on an mission to be aggressive, but he just not play well. Caruso, I love Caruso, like I said. 13 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals, and a great block on Ja, which got Ja looking around, which I loved. Okay. Isaiah Joe, 17 minutes, 2 for 6, 1 for 5 from 3. If Isaiah Joe's not making threes, he has to sit. That's just me. I just don't get it. I just don't really get it. Aaron Wiggins, like I said, 7 minutes, and I'm with you, Hotspot. 7 minutes? 7 minutes? Why? I mean, I I don't get this. I just don't get. I don't get that. I don't get that. To me, I just don't understand it. Kaysen Wallace, 24 minutes. Kaysen, I love Kaysen. But when you look at this Thunder team, Kaysen +9, Aaron Wiggins +2, Isaiah Joe +17, Caruso +18, Dort +8, SGA +12, iHeart +11, Jada +4, and of course Chet +9. Those are the type of things that get you that win games for you. Caruso is a beach hotspot. I agree 100% with that. Bradley Welch. If OKC continues whipping ass in Memphis, might as well blow up the team. You're talking about Memphis, right, Bradley? I'm assuming. I just think that it's hard. You don't have Wells, and I think that hurt. And you're missing Clark. Those two things is really hard on Memphis, I believe. They don't have their full team. Because remember, when they had fully loaded and they had their coach, they were second. They were second in the West. So they do have the ability to play better. But yes, talking about Memphis. Bradley, they do have the ability to play better. I just think that one, they don't match up with us at all. They just don't. They don't match up with us. And Ja does not play well. He played good tonight, but for the most part, Ja does not play well against us simply because of our length and our physicality. He doesn't play well against us. SJ doesn't play well against them for whatever reason. There's certain teams, it's like I was telling somebody the other day, and the commander and I, Randy Wright, we were talking about this. There's some gyms you just don't like. There's certain teams I don't know what it is about the team. I don't know what it is about the facility. I don't know what it is about everything to do with them. It's just off. Okay? Kansas, I love playing against Kansas. The commander loved to play against Kansas. Love playing against Kansas State. Missouri, on the other hand, whatever. It was weird. Louisville, love playing against them. OU, love playing against them. Tulsa, love playing against them. So there's certain teams, Colorado, love playing against them. Iowa State hated Ames. So there's certain teams and certain things that you just don't do. Certain things don't happen. Now, as far as Memphis blowing up the team, I don't know if you really do that simply because you got Wells hurt, you have Clark hurt. You let everybody come back. I think Aldama is a nice addition. The question is, he's a free agent. Are you going to keep him? Are you going to get rid of him? And I will say this, your big boy, he's done better than I thought he would. But he's just not a threat. I mean, when iHeart was guarding him, iHeart was in the middle of the court, in the middle of the lane. He wasn't even trying to guard him. OKC's 70-point differential is the second largest through the first two games of any playoff series. Yeah, I believe that. But once again, Bradley, Memphis doesn't match up against us. They just don't. That's why 2 weeks ago when I was doing my teams and who I wanted to play, Oklahoma City to play, I wanted Memphis. SGA doesn't play well against them, but they play terrible against us. Don't know why it is, but we have their number for whatever reason. But like this, they've lost, what was the score tonight? 118. Was it 118 or 121? What was the score again? Let me see. Let me pull that up real quick. 118-99. So what is that? 19-point victory. So, yeah, we beat them by 19 and we beat them by 51. Okay? So 19 and 51. That's crazy. 70 points. But then when you add in the other 3 games, we beat them by 75 points in the other 4 games. So we beaten them 6 games by 145 points in 6 games. That says to me that the Memphis Grizzlies do not match up well with the Oklahoma City Thunder, which is why I said I wanted to play Memphis. Okay? So that's me. Could have been 80, but there's politics in the NBA. If we play certain lineups, we can destroy teams. The only other conclusion I can make is maybe Mark is going to hide Wiggins as a secret weapon. I don't know about that. I just think that he doesn't have a flow of the game at all, and he does his lineups. That's just me. Watching him for these years he's been coaching, I say his weaknesses are he's a minutes manager. He doesn't understand flow of the game, and his lineups are terrible. He's been like that the whole time. I said the recipe of Oklahoma City is simple. At the 5-minute mark, take J-Dub out. You go with SGA, Kaysen, Caruso, and Wiggins and Chet, and you make a run. Okay? You make a run. You start the second quarter, you go with J-Dub, and I believe A.J. Mitchell should play because you don't have a guard. And you can see tonight, J-Dub doesn't have handles. He can't handle the ball. You get against a good defender against him, he's not going to handle the ball. He does not have handles. That is his biggest weakness. And we saw that. It was on full display tonight. He doesn't have good handles. He cannot handle the ball. He's not a ball handler. That's why I think A.J. Mitchell should play. Simply because of that one simple fact. Put A.J. Mitchell in there in the second quarter. Start A.J., J-Dub, Caruso, Wiggins, and Ihart. That's a good five. And Hotspot says that can't happen against the Clippers next round. Yeah, if we play the Clippers next round, which we probably will. But to me, that's what it breaks down to. That's what it comes down to. In reality, that's the simplicity of it all. He's got to play better lineups. And you can see when we struggle and he takes J-Dub out, we make a run. It's what it is. And you look at, let me see. We started the second quarter was 32-17. We went on a run. It was SGA. Well, let me see. It's 46-36 with 6:31. You had SGA, Dort, Chet, Wiggins, Caruso. You bring J-Dub back in at the 2:47 mark. The score is 66-45. 66-45 with who? That's what I'm trying to tell you, Hotspot. SGA, Dort, Wiggins, Caruso. Kaysen should have been in there with him because when the other group in the first quarter, Kaysen was in there. You bring J-Dub back in. And then at 2 minutes and 40 seconds with J-Dub in the game, SGA did not touch the ball in the last 3 minutes of the game since when J-Dub came back in the game. But, of course, he was 3 for 13 from three. Okay? And the score was 70-52. So J-Dub comes back in. They outscore us 7-4 with him coming back in the game. So he is not the guy that you're talking about, Hotspot. He's not. Your best lineup is, I've said all along, SGA, Kaysen, Caruso, Wiggins, Chet, or Ihart. That's your five. That's your five. When you need to make a run, which is what he did, he put that lineup, what happened? Made a run. And against the Clippers in the second and fourth quarter, if you put J-Dub and start the second quarter, if you start, let me see, what's the second quarter? If you start J-Dub, Caruso, Wiggins, Kaysen, and Ihart, you have no ball handler. You're going to be in trouble against the Clippers with their length. You're going to be in trouble against Minnesota with their length defensively. You're going to be in trouble against Houston with their length and defensive on that break. If you have that lineup, you have to have a ball handler. You have to have somebody in there who can facilitate and run the offense. J-Dub can't handle the pressure. Kaysen can't handle the pressure. Caruso can't handle the pressure. Wiggins can't handle the pressure. Neither Ihart or Chet can handle the pressure. Bringing the ball up. None of them can against good ball handlers, good defenders. No, not going to happen. We have to start throwing up threes, and that's what I said. I said, here is my, I don't know if I have it on this, but I do have it. Let me see if I have it on here. I don't know if I have it on here, but I did have it on my my keys to the game today, which I did on, and let me see. Okay, here we go. This was my keys for the game that I said on the show today prior to the game. Okay, here's my three. Here's my deal. Hit them in the mouth early. Coach playing the correct lineups. SGA get going early and often, and don't get caught up in shooting threes. And we did absolutely zero of these. We didn't hit them in the mouth early. The coach was playing the wrong lineups. SGA did not get going at all, early or often at all. He didn't get going at all, 10 for 29 at all. And we don't get caught up shooting threes. And what do? Dort took a three. J-Dub took a three. Chet took a three. Right off the bat, start the game. Hotspot says, I never thought I'd say this, but Dort is actually our best three-point shooter because of his consistency. Well, he's playing well. And speaking of that, if you want to pull that up, we can do that for you really easy. Here's our shooting percentage right here. Okay? Here's the shooting percentage for this year. Dort from three, 40.7. Isaiah Joe, 41.2. Wiggins 38.3, Chet 37.9, J-Dub 36.5, SGA 35.7. Isaiah Mitchell, Caruso 35.3. And Kaysen and Caruso's both. And then y'all may not even know this. At the beginning, they were terrible. They were terrible at the beginning of the year. So how far they came from where they were compared to where they are is unbelievable. And that's what happened. But yeah, Dort is he makes timely threes at times when he's not trying to just go, God, my hair is all jacked up. That looks terrible. Dort is our consistent player. I would say Wiggins is probably our most consistent three-point shooter. George's percentage does not translate in these games, though. I agree 100% with that hot spot. My thing with Isaiah Joe is simple. If he's not knocking down threes, I don't want him in the game. He's a liability on the defensive side. And that's why I said, to me, that's somebody that we can do without next year. We need to replace him. He's not giving us what we need. They caught up to him last year at the midway point when he was shooting over 50%. And now you see that he's taking threes back farther from the line. And I was telling my friend Jennifer tonight, I said, you said you can argue with me on the Wiggins take. I like Wiggins in pressure situation when he gets in there and he gets in the rhythm, when he's just shooting threes, especially from the wings. He's deadly. I like him in those spots. But anyway, I was talking about that today. I was like, Isaiah Joe, if he's not giving me threes, if he's not knocking down shots, move in closer. He's shooting 3 foot behind the line. Dude, move in in the line. Get in a rhythm, then back up. It's harder to knock down the long distance threes than it is the shorter. Catch a rhythm, come back. That's like SJ. He's not in rhythm at all. At all, he's not in rhythm. He's just not. I mean, when you look at his stats, what is he now? I forget what the stat was. 4 or 5 for 17 for the last 2 games for threes. That's terrible. That's terrible. But he got out of sync by taking all those days off, which he needed body-wise to get there. But once again, I'm not going to necessarily hold him to the fire too much because he doesn't play well against Memphis no matter when. This whole year his numbers are terrible against Memphis. They just are. Like I said, there's certain teams, certain facilities, you just don't play well. I don't get it, but you just don't. So, but for our team, it's a good thing that we are so deep and so talented that we can do what we need to do. But like for say tonight, Jay Will shouldn't have played. There's no need to play Jay Will. None. No need to play K. Rich at all. I think Wiggins should have played more, but Isaiah Joe should have played less. That's just me. If Isaiah Joe is cold and not knocking down shots, put him on the bench. He's not giving me what I need. And then let him know, bro, you want to play? That's what you need to do. If you're doing this, I'm going to play you. If you're not, I'm not. Let him know. Bro, this is what I need you to do. You're a professional. I need you to knock down threes. If you're not going to if you can't knock down threes and you don't have it tonight, I can't play you. It ain't hard. It ain't mean. It's just facts. And there's nothing wrong with that, being honest and straightforward. It's just not. So let's take this opportunity to thank our sponsors, SRB. If you have needs for engineering, surveying, and planning, hit our guys up over at SRB. They are fantastic people. Love them over there. If you have a water treatment plant in your city or county, those guys will make sure that you have clean drinking water. Oak Grove Trucking, if you have needs for dirt, rock, or sand to be moved, hit our guys up over there at Oak Grove Trucking. YNB, family owned and operated since 1912. They are the bank that makes things happen. They're an equal housing lender, a member of the FDIC, proud sponsor for us to go out and support women, minority, and black-owned businesses, which we will be at one tomorrow. And you can pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. Or you can go into the main bank at 401M, 66 steps from historic downtown Yukon, Oklahoma. YNB East was off the Parkway and 66 or 39th Expressway. YNB Mustang, 218 North Mustang Road. YNB Parkway, which is off Garth Brooks and I-40, just south of I-40, right in front of the hospital. Cannot miss it. And then, of course, YNB Peoples located in Bethany on 23rd between Rockwell and MacArthur. And then, of course, the House of Creed, handcrafted since 1760. And by the way, we will be there Thursday afternoon at the Dillards in Penn Square Mall, the men's department, doing a live remote from the House of Creed, just right there in front of it. Man, they got some good smelling stuff. In fact, I've got to replace one. Something's wrong with my bottle. I've got a bottle. Something's wrong with it. I don't know what's the deal with it, but I've got to get that fixed. Remember, they have always told me, Matt, remember, pick the best for your best. And I have done that. I can promise you that. So if you've got a significant other, if you're a guy, go in there and get some stuff for yourself. Talk to my girl Beth. She will hook you up to send you over to the women's department at Dillard's there at the Penn Square Mall on the West End, and somebody to talk to, and you can hook your woman up with, or your significant other with, some perfume, because I can tell you that Ventus, good smell of stuff. I have some on tonight, as a matter of fact, and you can go in there and see them. So we will be at the Penn Square location. They have a big, huge event on Thursday. So excited about that. And remember, they've got, you go in there, they've got snacks and stuff from Pepperoni Grill. They're going to have this. They have these different drinks. It's like it's a mixture of some sort of like fruit punch, not fruit punch, but it's just kind of a drinking. Like water, but it's flavored water with different things. Man, it's really good. It's like a fruity type drinks that are springtimey. Is that the way you want to call it? But fantastic. So we will be there at the House of Creed on Thursday. Then we'll be back at the bank there at YNB on Friday. We're normally there on Thursdays. The last Thursday of every month, but we're going to be there on Friday this week, because we're going to be at Creed for their big, huge thing that they've got going on, promotion they got going on Thursday. I think it's, what is it? For every $100 you spend, you get a $20 gift certificate to come back to use the next time you come. So if you buy a bottle for $300, that's $75 that you got in credit that you can use for something else. So it's a great, great deal, and I suggest that you come on by and check it out, and please holler at us. And it gives you a chance to come on. We'll have a seat available for those people who want to sit down next to me and have a conversation. You'll be able to do that as well. So excited about that. Then like I said, we're still working on my new project that we have got coming up that is, you're going to absolutely love it. I'm excited about the new podcast we're going to be doing, because we're going to be doing this, plus we're going to be doing our daily show, and then the new podcast is going to be something that I'm really, really excited about, and I think you guys will be too once we talk in further detail, once it's actually more finalized, because right now it's just kind of in a negotiation where we're going to have it, what we're going to do, and I believe it's going to be at a location to where you can actually come and sit in the audience, or not an audience, but you'll be able to have dinner and sit there where we're at, and you can listen to the conversations that we'll be having, and I promise you it'll be well worth it for us. So, but anyway, that being said, let's look at the bracket, because looking at the bracket is how I've got this broken down, because of the simple fact that when I did the brackets and how I have it, I predicted today before the games that the home teams would win tonight. I predicted that we would beat the Grizzlies to take a 2-0 lead. I predicted that the Pacers would beat the Bucks to take a 2-0 lead, and the Lakers and the Timberwolves, I predicted the Lakers would win as well. Just like last night, I predicted that the two teams that lost game one that should have won were going to come back and win, which is what the Clippers did and what the Pistons did, both taking home court away from the Nuggets and taking home court away from the Knicks. So I predicted both of those would happen. Now, when you look at tomorrow night, you've got some great, great games tomorrow. The one that I'm really, really looking forward to, not the Celtics and the Magic. I mean, the Celtics are going to take care of business and win their second home game. But the Rockets and the Warriors, I think that the Rockets are going to go ahead and have a better showing and are going to take care of business tomorrow against the Warriors. I believe the Rockets will handle their business at home tomorrow. That's kind of what I'm looking at and kind of what I'm guessing. So it'll be a 1-1 thing. They're going back to Golden State, and like I predicted, I figured that would go 6 games. That was my guess for that. I predicted Lakers would go 6 to 7 games. The Clippers and Nuggets 6 to 7 games. I figured that we would either go 4 or at worst the gentleman's sweep 4-1 for us. But the Raiders going, I believe we'll go ahead and sweep them out, which I don't know how good of a thing that is, because I think the Nuggets and Clippers are going to be playing for a week longer while we're sitting around waiting, and I don't know how good of an idea that is, but for us resting, it's great. For SGA's deal. I don't know so much, but at the same time, he plays really good against the Nuggets, and he plays really, 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 really good against the Clippers. So what does that mean? That means that I'm not really so much worried about SGA and him doing what he needs to do against those two, if that makes sense, okay? But now, on the other side of that, I look at the Lakers and Timberwolves. I don't know what the score is. What's the score hotspot? Are they still smashing? Are the Lakers still beating them by 20? I'm sure they probably are. I figured that they would beat them. They had 5.5 point deal, but I figured the Lakers would win tonight. I just did. I figured LeBron would be aggressive, kind of like what I had said when they played us in the finals. The Commander Randy right now was sitting there watching after game one. I want to say, Randy, if you're still watching, I don't know if it was the middle of the first quarter or second quarter. The T-Wolves are only down 15. They've come back. They're going to come back and win. Okay, 58-43. Okay, Hotspot, thank you for the update. He says that they could come back and win. I don't see them coming back and winning. I predicted today that all three home teams would win. That's the way. It's halftime. Okay, thank you. I predicted all three home teams to win. We would win. The Pacers would win. The Lakers would win. That was my prediction from today. Okay, that they would do that. So, and then my predictions was right. Unfortunate for my keys to the Thunder game, all four keys that I had, I would say that we needed to do all four of these things. If we don't, we're going to be in trouble. And we were. And I also predicted that I thought we would win between 15 and 20 points. The game would not be a 51-point game, but we would win between 15 and 20 because they just don't have enough horses. With Wells out, with Clark out, they just don't have enough. And Ja doesn't play well against us anyways. So I wasn't really worried about them so much because I just felt like that with our defense and how we play, that there was just not a chance. And, but like I said, we still have some things that we need to work on that are going to hurt us. We need to have a ball handler, and you can't put J-Dub and Chet and Kaysen and Caruso all together with Wiggins. You don't have a ball handler. You don't have anybody to facilitate and run the offense. That's why A.J. Mitchell was so important back when he was playing with us. To me, you got to get him back in now. That does screw up your rotation. That adds a 10th player. But if I have my choice between playing A.J. Mitchell and playing J. Will, play A.J. Mitchell. Give me that guy to get me there to get to that second and fourth quarter at the beginning of, so that we can get into a feel and get into a flow. That's just my guess, because against the Clippers, this lineup's going to be in trouble, just like it was the other times against them. It's in trouble with their defensive front. It's in trouble when you have to play the Warriors. Same thing. It's in trouble when you have to play the T-Wolves. Same thing. The lineup that you have no guy who can get you into your set because none of them are ball handlers. They're all great defenders, very good defenders, but you don't have somebody to get you into the flow of the game. That's why I said if you're going to play somebody, I'd rather play, 100%. I'd rather play Mitchell over Joe if Isaiah Joe is not making threes. But that being said, anyway, I still want to play A.J. Mitchell to start the second and start the fourth quarter. And I'm not worried about him driving to the basket. What I'm saying is he can get us into the flow of the offense, not having to put it on J-Dub to try to be SGA and score and do all. He don't have the skills for that. He just doesn't. Neither does Wiggins, neither does Kaysen, neither does Caruso, and neither does Chet. They don't have the ball handling skills to do what they are trying to do. And against a team like Memphis, you can look at it through rose-colored glasses, like, oh, well, look what we're doing. It's Memphis. It's not the Rockets in their defense. It's not the Clippers in their defense. It's not the Nuggets in their defense. It's definitely not the Warriors in their defense. It's not. So these are teams that you're going to have to face in the next round that you have to come up with a way to generate points at the beginning of the second and beginning of the fourth quarter. Because if you pull J-Dub out in the 5-minute mark of the first quarter, the 5-minute mark of the third quarter, and you have SGA, Kaysen, Caruso, Wiggins, and Chet, or Ihart, you're going to be fine. Or if you put Joe in there and keep Wiggins on the bench, if you want to do that, and do SGA, Joe, Kaysen, Caruso, and that if Isaiah Joe's making shots. If he's not making shots, then boom, I'm pulling him out because he's not giving me what I need defensively. I need somebody else who can give me something defensively. And then in the second and fourth quarters, what you got to worry about in those games, that's where J-Dub and all those guys come in. So all I'm saying is I'm not beating the Thunder up. I'm saying here are the issues that are going to arise against teams that are 50-50 teams that can beat us and we can beat them. Now, I would say I don't know if any team is 50-50. It's more like 60-40 us to them, or 55-45. I'm going to give us the advantage over the Nuggets. I'm going to give us the advantage over the Clippers. I'm going to give us the advantage over the Warriors. I'm going to give us the advantage over the Lakers. I'm giving us the advantage over that. Now, the Lakers is probably 52-48 because of LeBron and Luka, and they are, but they can shoot at their lights out. They have to have everybody on some sort of ridiculous shooting bonanza to keep it like both of the games against us here. Shooting 70%. The first game they blew us out. Second game they shot that, and we were still winning the game. I mean, come on. They have to do that to beat us. They're not going to do that 4 times. Now, what I worry about is that the coach not doing the right lineups. We throw away a game because of what he's doing, and then you have a game 7. And in a game 7, anything can happen in a game 7. They could go off and they could not miss a shot. They could shoot 80%. And we're not shooting. Then Joe is not shooting. Dort's not knocking threes. J-Dub's not hitting threes. Chet's not hitting threes. Caruso's not hitting threes. Case is not hitting threes. And Case missed several wide open threes that he normally doesn't miss from the baseline that in the corner that he normally makes. And he missed 2 of those, and he normally makes those because the corner shot is the easiest, it's the closest of the three-pointed shots. It's not as far as the wing or at top. So that's how that works. But anyway, guys, that's all I got tonight. Hopefully you guys are having a good night. Get some rest. Remember, we have a game Thursday at, I think it's 8:30. It's an 8:30 game Thursday. I think it's a late game, if I remember correctly. Let me see. For some reason, I'm believing the game is at, okay, here we go. Thursday, 8:30 p.m. on TNT. Yes, at 8:30. So that'll be a late game for us Thursday night for that. So that being said, hey, everybody get some rest tonight. Go have a drink. I want to sit there and I want to watch this second half of the Lakers and Timberwolves so I can have a good show tomorrow afternoon and we can talk further about what happened in that. So that being said, thank you guys for your chats. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your support as far as being subscribers. I appreciate that. Let other people know to like, subscribe, and come into our channel, okay? I appreciate you. Thank you for the support. Have a good